Okay, cars lining up on the grid then for Britcar Endurance Championship Race 2. The results based on the grid based on the results of Race 1. We don't as yet, I don't think, have the starting drivers for this one. I suspect most of them will be the same as Race 1, but the grid reads like this. In pole position is number 55, John Seal and Jamie Stanley with the Lamborghini. Alongside them, the first of the Pragas, number 91, Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin. Second row of the grid, 29, Chris Vesemile and Richard Morris with their Praga, and another Praga alongside them, Richard Wells and Alex Capadia. It'll be interesting to see how they go. Of course, have to fight their way back up the order after a first lap spin in the first race. Row 3, 23, the Nissan GTR. GT3 of Richard Wheeler and Danny Harrison. Alongside them, 87, Jimmy Broadbent and Jem Hepworth. Fourth row, number 8, Frank Pell in his Lamborghini, and the 24 of Lucky Kera and Ross Wiley in the Ferrari. And on row 5 will be 16, which is Bon Grimes and Johnny Molam in their Ferrari, alongside Dave Scaramanga and Will Powell, number 77 in the McLaren. Row 6, 44, which was the Class 4 winner from race 1, Alex Day and Will Foster in their Cupra TCR. Alongside 138 of Hugo Cook and Sasha Checkered in their Audi RS3. Row 7 are the Cunninghams, number 32 in their Porsche, alongside 69, another Porsche, Marcus Fothergill and Dave Bennett. Row 8, number 13, Hanslip and Frost with their Porsche, alongside number 9, another Porsche, that of Peter Ersek. Row 9, number 66, Danny Krivich and Miles Lacey in their Seat Cupra, alongside 78, Tim Docker with the TCR Golf. Row 10, number 68, the Team Brit Aston Martin, Bobby Trundley and Aaron Morgan, alongside the similar Aston of number 72, Chris Murphy with his new car. 11th row, number 6, the BMW of Wells and Stewart, alongside number 4, Jones and Davies in their Ferrari. Row 12, number 22, Nick Hull and Richard Avery with their Cupra TCR, and 38, the Alberts family in their Aston Martin. Row 13, Ash Woodman and Martin Byford with their Cupra TCR, the EDF Motorsport entry, alongside 333 rather, which is the Praga of Gordy Much and Abby Eaton, a much delayed car, if you'll forgive the pun, in the first race. Row 14 are the Bridals, failed to finish race 1 in their Praga, number 84, and alongside number 95, which is Stuart Lines in the Ginetta. Row 15, Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollings in the blue Ferrari, number 144, alongside number 31, Rod Goodman with his Praga. Row 16, Vance Kearney and Richard Dougal in the Maserati, number 108, alongside 58, Marcus Vivian and Luke Davenport. I don't think they'll be out, though, after that accident in race 1. Likewise, the 99 of Jonathan Beeson and George Healer in the Cupra TCR. I don't think they'll be out there. But one car that has joined us that we didn't see in race 1, number 26, Matty Evans and Kevin Clark, driving the BMW 1M, and you can see even at the back of the grid the size of the wing on the back of that machine. That is one mad motor car, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that car comes through. Missed race 1 with an oil leak. Matty Evans sharing with Kevin Clark, long-time Britcar racer in BMWs. Let's see how they get on. Rolling start, 1 hour of racing. The pit window opens after 20 minutes. Now, we said we'd tell you the success penalties. We'll do that as they head round on their rolling lap. If you win your class, you get a 15-second additional penalty at your pit stop. Second in your class, you get 10 seconds. Third in class, 5 seconds in the second race of the day. Who's got what then? Well, in class 1, John Seal and Jamie Stanley have a 15-second success penalty, the pole sitters. Richard Wheeler and Danny Harrison have 10 seconds, and Frank Pell has 5 seconds in the Lamborghini. In the Praga Championship, Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin have 15 seconds. Chippy Vesemile and Richard Morris have 10 seconds. Richard Wells and Alex Capadia have 5 seconds. In Class 2, there are only 2 runners, so Lucky Kera and Ross Wiley will have to serve a 15-second success penalty. Michael Jones and Craig Davies, 10 seconds. In Class 3, 15 seconds goes to Bon Grimes and Johnny Molam, 10 seconds to the Cunningham Porsche, Fothergill and Bennett's Porsche has 5 seconds, and in Class 4, 15 seconds to Alex Day and Will Foster's Seat. The Audi of Cook and Checkered will get 10 seconds, and the 5 seconds goes to Nathan Hanslip and Lee Frost in their Porsche. Those are your success penalties at the pit stops. Okay, here we go with a 1 hour race then. As we say, we haven't got the starting drivers this one, but they'll probably mostly be the same as race 1. So the John Seal, Jamie Stanley Lamborghini in pole position. Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin's Praga alongside. I'm looking forward to this one, a 1 hour thrash around the Silverstone International Circuit to round off day 1 here on BARC TV. Wait for those red lights to go out as they form up 2 by 2 down towards the start line. Wait for the power to come on. And away they go. Good start by the Praga from the second row of the grid there on the outside. That was Richard Wells' car, and it looks like that car has taken the lead around the outside of everybody. Got a flying start from the second row of the grid. Now let's hope they all make it through the complex this time. It's the Wells Kapadia car that has got the lead, and the Nissan is up into second place. We've lost a couple of cars. There's a couple of cars got off at the back there coming out of Farm. 2 or 3 cars went up. Oh my goodness me. Chaos at the back. Stuart Lyons involved. Who's that in the middle there? That's looked possibly like the Chris Goddard, Charlie Hollings Ferrari that was involved in that as well, the 144. The Lamborghini there, that'll be John Seal on board. He's dropped back a bit in the 55. So Jamie Stanley will take over later on. Quite a lot of cars with damage. It wouldn't surprise me if we see a stoppage or a safety car here, with several cars off up at Farm Corner. Frank Pell gets his Lamborghini past the similar machine of John Seal there. A bit of a sort out among the Pragas. It's the Richard Wells car that leads the way. Richard Wheeler in the Nissan GTR in second place. Chippy Vesemile and Richard Morris's car is in third place. Let's try and see what happened at the start. Watch the background. Tim Docker's one of the cars going off on the outside, and yes, it is the blue Ferrari. Spin back across and wallop straight into the side. That's a big accident. Straight into the side of Stuart Lyons in the Ginetta. Let's hope he's okay. There were another 2 cars went off on the outside as well. One was Tim Docker. Yeah, the safety car is out, not surprisingly. Look at the mess at the complex. There's another Ferrari off on the left. I think that's on the extreme left there. I think that's the EDF Motorsports Seat. Let's have a look on the timing, see who hasn't come through. Yeah, we know the Goddard Hollings Ferrari was involved. Stuart Lyons we know is involved. He took a big hit in there. Yeah, it's the Ash Woodman Martin Byford number 60 Seat is in there. I think the other Ferrari involved is the Jones Davies number 4. Couldn't quite see his... under the safety car here at Silverstone in Britcar Endurance Championship Race 2, following a shunt at the complex. Okay, let's head down to Steve Jameson in the pits.
All right, you find us down here back in Parc Ferme CTRC action. It was some race, wasn't it, between these two? Simon, we'll start with you. A great day for you ultimately, but the man next to you ran you very, very close the whole way.
Yeah, that was a really close race and great fun. These guys are very skillful drivers and gives you a lot of confidence. I'm relatively new to it, but it was really good fun and hard fought, and who knew which way it was going to go? So that's the way. It's great.
Not us, that's for sure. And Mike will bring you in here. It's a tough one for you. Second's always the worst position to finish, but it was a phenomenal race, and you gave it the beans all the way to the very end.
102%, I think, at the end. But no, I mean, Simon flies around here. He does it in the wet, he does it in the dry. But my chance came. A lap or two to go. He snatched a break, and that gave me a run on him. He wasn't going to stay there. But really enjoyable. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I remember speaking to you before the season got going, and you were itching really to get back to it. How nice is it to finally be here and be back amongst it?
Yeah, great. As Simon says, there's a good, healthy respect and standard amongst the cars and drivers, and we go pretty close. I think I've got a bit of Simon's tyre rubber on the side of the car, but hey, that's the name of the game. It was good. It was great. Really enjoyed it.
What about you, Simon? Pretty much a perfect day, right?
It was a great day. Yeah. I think David Howard did particularly well, didn't he? He was off and left us while we were scrapping, so that was nice to see. Yeah.
It's
good
been
fun.
It's been brilliant to watch. How much have you enjoyed being back?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Well, I mean, we couldn't ask for better weather. It's been great all round. We've really enjoyed it.
Well, we can't wait to watch you again very soon, chaps. Well done.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Good to hear from a couple of our classic touring car race winners there. We are under the safety car here at Silverstone in the second Britcar Endurance Championship of the day, following a nasty accident up at the village complex. Several cars involved. Your race leader is the Wells Capadia Praga. Wheeler and Harrison Nissan GT3 in second, and the Vesemel Morris Praga in third. Several cars involved up at the complex. We can give you a list of the cars that were caught up there. The Danny Krivich and Miles Lacey Cupra TCR was involved. Tim Docker's VW Golf. The Wells Stewart BMW M3. The Jones Davies Ferrari. The Albert family's Aston Martin. I think that car didn't make the grid. I couldn't see it lined up. The Woodman Byford Cupra was involved. It's a great shame, one of the favourites for Class 4 honours. And the Goddard Hollings Ferrari 458 and the Stewart Lines number 95 Ginetta. We hope that all the competitors involved in that incident are okay. The safety car heads them through. The race is still on. 52.5 minutes to go. It's a slightly reduced field here in Britcar race number 2. Of course, we've got the trophy category racing tomorrow as well for some of the smaller GT and saloon-based field. 2 50-minute races for them. We'll also be joined by the Classic Touring Car Racing Club's other classes. We've got the Laser Tools Pre-93, Simply Service Pre-03 touring cars, Edmondson Electrical Classic Thunder Saloons, and the Burton Power Blue Oval Saloon Series for everything Ford. And we'll have coverage as well as the Maximum Networks VW Racing Cup, incorporating the Goodyear Touring Car Trophy and TCR UK. It's all coming up tomorrow. The officials just clearing up there at the complex. I've just had the starting drivers come through to me, so bear with me one moment while I scribble them into my notes, and then I'll be back with you in a second. It looks like the starting drivers are the same as race 1, in fact, so we'll go with that. There's that gorgeous GT3 spec Nissan GTR. In second place, Richard Wheeler, the owner of Fox Transport, on board. How many viewers do we have on our YouTube stream? Over 3,200 at the moment. I can't read out any of your comments because they're moving too fast for me to read them. So the order at the moment is Wells and Capadia with the lead, ahead of Wheeler and Harrison, the Nissan. Vesemile and Morris third. Fourth is the Jack Fabby Charlie Martin car. Fifth is Frank Pell. Then John Seal in his Lamborghini, shared with Jamie Stanley. The Broadbent Hepworth Praga is seventh, ahead of the Cunningham Porsche, Mark and Peter Cunningham. Bon Grimes sharing with Johnny Molem in 9th, and the Scaramanga Powell McLaren 10th. 11th we have the Fothergill and Bennett Porsche. 12th, Gordy Much and Abby Eaton. They've come through well from the back already, delayed of course in race 1. 13th is the Handslip and Frost Porsche, that's leading class 4. The Hugo Cook and Sasha Checkered Audi is 14th, and 15th is Peter Urseg in his Porsche. As for the class leaders, well, Wells and Capadia are obviously leading the Pragas. Wheeler and Harrison leading class 1. Class 3 is being led by the Cunninghams in their Porsche. Class 2, I'm not sure if we have any Class 2 runners. The Jones and Davies car was caught up in the incident at the complex, so that's out of the race. And I don't think the other Ferrari, Lucky Carer and Ross Wiley, took the start, so we haven't got any Class 2 runners, unfortunately. There's that wild BMW of Matty Evans and Kevin Clark. First time I saw Kevin Clark racing was in Eurocar, remember those? So Class 3 is being led by the Cunningham Porsche, and Class 4 by the Handslip and Lee Frost Porsche Cayman. Looks like clearing up still going on at the complex. Well, 3 or 4 cars went off to the outside, and then the Goddard Hollings Ferrari went spinning across the track and unfortunately collected Stuart Lines in his Ginetta. We hope that everybody is okay. I'll update you as and when we can. You can see, unfortunately, on the right there, the state of the Stuart Lines Maximum Motorsport Ginetta. The race still counting down. You can see just over 46 minutes to go. This is quite a considerable clear up. Plenty of Fox emojis I notice appearing in our YouTube chat for the Fox Transport team in the big Nissan. The Albert Aston Martin is there, perhaps delayed coming out of the pits there at the back of the field. I reckon what's going to happen here is once the race gets back underway, everybody's going to dive for the pits because the pit window opens in just over 5 minutes' time. 40 minutes to go, Mark. Seven laps completed so far. Yes, the Albert's car is noted as having completed 1 lap, so they must have joined in late from the pits. There's 23 cars out on track. Well, Richard Wells and Alex Kapadia, who came into Britcar from Radical Racing with the Praga R1T out in front. So 43 minutes left on the clock. The safety car still out here at Silverstone. The pits open in just under 3 minutes' time. This will probably see, if the safety car is still out in a lap or two's time, you see the entire field come in at once. Looks like the clear-up is nearing completion up at the complex there. Sun setting here at Silverstone. Hopefully similar weather tomorrow. Another full day of racing to come here on BARC TV. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel, British Automobile Racing Club. Give us a like and follow us all. 3,500 of you watching at the moment and over 2,500 likes. Thanks, everyone. And a tough old day here at Silverstone. Plenty of action, plenty of incident. We get ready to get back underway. Hopefully won't be too much longer, but as I say, what I think is going to happen is everybody is going to dive for the pits. Its safety car is coming in this lap. So we are going to go racing again this time. Well done, marshals and recovery crews. Thanks to them for their services. As we're about to go racing once again, waiting for the green flag as they come through towards the end of the lap. With 41, just over 41 minutes on the clock, so the pit window is going to open next time around. We're back underway and racing here at Silverstone with the Britcar Endurance Championship and a slow Praga down the straight there. Which one is that? Praga in trouble. Is that the Vesemile and Morris car? We saw them have problems towards the end of race 1. I think that car's in trouble again. Wells and Capadia aren't in trouble though. They're leading the way ahead of the Wheeler, Harrison, Nissan. It's the Lamborghini up into third. It is the Richard Morris Chippy Vesemile car that's slowed up there. So Frank Pell has gone up into third place. The pit window opens in 30 seconds time. So will it be... I think they'll all pass the pit entrance before the pit window opens this time through. There is the Marcus Fothergill, Dave Bennett Porsche. Both of them been racing Porsches for many, many years, as have the Cunningham family there ahead of Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin. They've got a bit of a slow restart. Got back a couple of places. It's Pell up to third, then Seal and Stanley fourth. Broadbent and Hepworth are fifth, as Frank Pell takes Richard Wheeler for second place going into Abbey. The pit window has just opened. Who are going to be the first takers next time around? See a bit of dust being kicked up there. It's been put down on the fluid from that pile-up at the start of the race. Frank Pell up into second place then in his menacing grey Lamborghini Huracan. There's John Seale's version just ahead of the Broadbent Hepworth car. Fabi and Martin are next, then the Cunninghams, and then the sole Ferrari remaining in this race, which is the Bonamy Grimes Johnny Molam car. As for whatever reason, Lucky Kera and Ross Wiley did not take the start. This time around, yes, most of the leaders have headed for the pits. The 111 Praga, the Seal and Stanley Lamborghini, the Wheeler, Harrison, Nissan GTR have all pitted. That should put Frank Pell into the lead of the race. Yes, there he is. Pell has stayed out in second place. Should be the Broadbent Hepworth car. Yes, the gold Praga. Fabi and Charlie Martin car is there in third place. So the top three at the end of that lap all coming in, with Frank Pell assuming the lead. Oh, there's contact coming through Beckett's. Caught a glimpse of there. That was a Praga and a Porsche making contact. Well, they'll come through in just a moment. There's the battle for second place now, the two Pragas together. It's the Porsche of the Cunninghams in fourth position. This time through there is Frank Pell, your race leader, in the Lamborghini Huracan. The other one has pitted, of course. Here's the Jack Fabi Charlie Martin car attacking up the inside. Broadbent and Hepworth, the 87, defending. Cunningham's fourth, then it's the Grimes Molam Ferrari. Then Scaramanga and Powell in the McLaren. I think it's Dave Scaramanga on board that car at the moment. There's a replay of incident from further back. It was Rod Goodman and the Porsche of Fothergill and Bennett, and contact there, and Rod Goodman spun around. Now, I saw those two make a bit of contact up at Beckett's. They kept going, and then contact again at Stowe Corner. It looks like they managed to keep it going. Hopefully not too much damage to those cars. There's the number 44 Seat, the Alex Day Will Foster Cupra, winners of Class 4 earlier on. Bit of dust again being kicked up there. Remember, some cars have to serve pit stop penalties this time. John Seal and Jamie Stanley would have had to serve an extra 15 seconds. They're now back out on track. The Scaramanga Powell McLaren is in. Rod Goodman has pitted his Praga as well. Failed to finish race one, of course. Seal Neil and Stanley with Wells and Capadia in their Praga. They've already made their stops. They're currently well down the order, but we've only had a few stoppers so far. About 7 or 8 cars have made their stops in the first couple of laps of the pit window being open. Frank Pell continues to lead. He's got the other Lamborghini. That'll be Jamie Stanley on board, because look at the pace of it there down the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight. He'll try and intimidate Frank Pell here, even though he's a lap down in the Lamborghini. He'll try and make a move into the complex here. The Albert Aston Martin gets out of the way. Praga's fighting out amongst themselves behind. Still the Broadbent and Hepworth car in second place. I think that's Jem Hepworth on board that car at the moment. There it is, just ahead of the Jack Fabi Charlie Martin car. It's the Cunninghams in fourth place. They're still relatively close for second, third and fourth. Frank Pell leads by just over 6 seconds from Broadbent and Hepworth, and in fact the Fabi and Martin car gets through there into Stowe, up into second place in the lead of the Praga category. Matthew Evans and Kevin Clark car from the back of the grid have got up into 10th place, so full credit to them. They've just made their pit call. They don't have to serve a penalty, of course. They're in Class 3. The cars ahead of them in Class 3, I think, have all got success penalties. That could give the BMW a fighting chance. So Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin now up into second position. We heard from them a little earlier on. "34 minutes to go. Frank Pell continues to set the pace, but he has yet to stop. Chris Murphy has brought his Aston Martin in. Richard Wells and Alex Capadia car came in early. Alex Capadia on board that car now, I would wager. So a bit unclear on some of the starting drivers for this race. Can usually work it out from the pace of the car. Most of them the same as race 1. The Nissan came in early, so that suggests that it is now Danny Harrison, the reigning champion, on board. Shared a Praga with Jem Hepworth last year. Jem Hepworth in the car with Jimmy Broadbent this year, of course. Frank Pell continues to lead. There's the McLaren behind it. We'll see how that car goes with Will Powell aboard. He started the first race. The Team Brit Aston Martin has made its pit stop. Bobby Trundley and Aaron Morgan. Mark of traffic ahead for the race leader. He's not yet making his pit call. Driving solo, of course, so no driver change. He does still have to do the 120 seconds mandatory pit stop, and he has a 5-second success penalty as well, because he was third in class in race 1. Fabi and Martin have called in. Now they've got a 15-second success penalty. So they won the Praga class in race 1, the Powerhouse by Praga team. So that will put Broadbent and Hepworth up into second place. Now you can see the class leaders. Fabi and Martin will go out of the Praga lead because they've just called into the pits. Pell leads Class 1, Class 3 of the Cunninghams. Hanslip and Frost lead Class 4. And Class 2, well, Jones and Davies, the Ferrari, out of the race because they were involved in that lap 1 pile-up. So there's no runners in Class 2. Triple 3, that's the Abby Eaton and Gordy Much car. That's made a pit stop. Suggests to me it may have been Gordy Much who started that car. We're not sure on that one. Peter Urseg still presses on, 10th overall in his Porsche. Lovely new livery on that car for this year. He's got the Nissan behind him, battling with the Pragas. Sheer variety is the spice of life in Britcar. Fastest lap of the race is now with Jamie Stanley. Watch for that Lambo moving back up the order. They've made their pit stop. They had to serve the penalty of 15 seconds because they won the first race, of course. Let's see them try and get back up the order. Pell leads, Broadbent and Hepworth second, the Cunninghams in their Porsche third, leading Class 3, then Grimes and Molam. The Bridles are fifth in the number 84 Praga, the VR Motorsport car. Fothergill and Bennett sixth in their Porsche. We saw that involved in a bit of a scrape for the Praga earlier on, but it's still sixth. They've all yet to stop. The leaders of Class 4 have just come in as well, Nathan Hanslip and Lee Frost. Lee, the Porsche Carrera Cup racer, among other things. And the Porsche Cayman GT4. Lead gap is just under 10 seconds for Pell over Broadbent and Hepworth. Look at this, Will Powell trying to intimidate Frank Pell there. Powell is a lap down because the McLaren has made it stop. Well, Pell hasn't. I think Pell might be coming in this time, actually. He's pulled to one side there. Yes, I think Frank Pell, is he heading for the pit lane? Yes, he is. So Frank Pell, the race leader, comes in. And that will hand the number 87 of Broadbent and Hepworth. Unless they come in this time as well, they will take the lead in the Praga. No, Broadbent and Hepworth have come in as well. They've just come into the pits. So who will take the lead then? Cunningham Porsche's come in as well, so I think it's going to be the Bridles that take the lead. Number 84, the VR Motorsports Praga that takes the lead. Ahead of Bon Grimes and Johnny Molan. They've yet to stop. So the majority of the field is now stopped. New fastest lap by Jamie Stanley in the 55 Lamborghini. 1 minute, .810. There goes Will Powell in the McLaren. Peter Erseg has come in as well, as there's the Fabi Martin Praga. They're now in 15th place after their stop. Everybody has stopped with the exception of 3 cars now. It's Grimes and Molam have just come in. The only cars that haven't stopped are Chris and Ed Bridle in their Praga.
Great pit here, mate.
The Fothergill Bennett Porsche. There is the Bon Grimes Johnny Molam Ferrari in the pit lane. Fuel going in. Can't put the driver in until the car has been refueled, of course, safety reasons. Changeover complete. He'll be strapped in. Several cars all in the pit lane. I was about to say that there are 2 of the cars that haven't stopped. They have. The Fothergill Bennett Porsche is in. The Cook and Caccard Audi has come in as well. So the only car that has yet to stop is the Chris and Ed Bridle Praga, and naturally that is now leading. So now we've got to wait for it all to cycle through and see who has come out where and who is in the lead. Once the 84 cars stop, there is Will Powell. There is the Grimes Molam Ferrari. Just over halfway through this race, 26 minutes of the race to go. Pit window will close soon, but everybody has made their stops as far as I can see. Yes, everybody has come in who was still running. Of course, the Ferrari has to wait for a minimum of 2 minutes for the minimum pit stop time. So the only car that has yet to stop are Chris and Ed Bridle, number 84, failed to finish race 1 in their Praga. So they're leading, but they haven't pitted yet, so their demise from the top of the classification is inevitable. There's a fight between Powell and Kapadia, and that was for position. Will Powell goes through and up into 8th position. It looks to me as though it's going to be the 55 Lamborghini that inherits the lead when everything has cycled through. Jamie Stanley, despite the pit penalty, I think has done enough. He's done another fastest lap of the race, 1 minute, .485. The Much and Eaton 333 is behind them. There is Frank Pell. He's behind the Broadbent Hepworth car. This is for position. So the Bridles are leading, but their demise at the front of the field will be inevitable when they pit. There is the Lamborghini. Jamie Stanley. Gordy Much and Abby Eaton's Praga is in 2nd place. There's about just under 10 seconds between them. So they will take the lead. Be the Nissan GTR in 3rd place as far as I can see, ahead of smoke there from the Cunningham Porsche. I think it was just tyre smoke from a lock-up there. And the Scaramanga Powell McLaren, Will Powell taking the 2nd stint this time, they will be in 4th place. So that's my working out of it. I think our live timing has gone down again, unfortunately. So it will be, by my reckoning, Seal and Stanley in the Lamborghini, who is on top. Meanwhile, we can hand down to Steve Jameson in the pit lane.
Down into the paddock, it's all a bit chaotic down here, Bon, but the calm man in the eye of all this storm is yourself. How are you feeling after that drive?
Yeah, good. It's always nasty to see an accident like that and having the safety car for such a long period. And I was struggling, we didn't have comms in the car, my radio packed up, so I was caught on the hop when the safety car came in. I thought we were going to have at least another lap just to warm the tyres up, so that had dropped back a little bit. And I was having a lovely battle with a Porsche. Cunningham was driving really sweetly, and we were going around together, and he just outbraked himself into Stowe, which was a shame because we could have continued that for the rest of the race. But I hope he was all right, got out of the gravel okay. But no, it was a lot of fun. I'm just really enjoying it.
For those of us not in the know, how much practice goes into those pit stops with a change of driver? It looks like a finely tuned operation.
Well, it depends what class you're racing or what level you're racing. In this one, we've actually got quite a lot of time. We had success penalties from this morning's race, so actually it's fairly calm. But you always want to do it as efficiently as possible, just in case something does go wrong. You want that extra time. So actually, Johnny was sitting there twiddling his thumbs for a little while as we counted down. But it's about getting the minimum amount of time and hitting that window of 2 minutes 15 or whatever it is that we had for the pit stop.
You had a great result earlier. How are the hopes for a great result for the second time around?
I think I'd like to get a win again. I think we've got a chance to, so hopefully, fingers crossed. Johnny's going to do a great job out there. I know he always does. We've had a bit of delamination on some of the tyres, so we're trying to keep off the curbs a little, so the pace might be a little bit slower, but we're just going to get the car to the end.
Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks for talking to us, Bob.
Good to hear from Bonamy Grimes there, a gentleman racer, founder of the Skyscanner travel company, and coached by pro driver Johnny Molan. They've raced together for several years in Bond's Ferrari, raced at Le Mans as well a couple of times. So by my reckoning, it is the 55 Lamborghini that is now out in front. But just as the last pit stop was about to take place for the bridal Praga, we lost our timing. So just like in race one, I'm left having to try and guess where everybody is. Where's the Alex Kapadia Praga chasing down the Cunningham Porsche? Just under 20 minutes of this race still to go. Rod Goodman's Praga making a move on Peter Erseg. And there's the 44, Alex Day and Will Foster in the Cupra. We've got a slow car on the front straight there. It looked like the 69, the Fothergill Bennett Porsche to me, that car. But had slowed up on the pit straight there. And there is the Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollings Ferrari. Look at the state of that. Thankfully the drivers appear to be okay, as there's the 87 Broadbent and Hepworth car battling with the 84 of the Bridals. Cunningham chasing after one of the Seats, and the 13 Porsche, one of the leading contenders in Class 4, and Slick Frost car. Porsche having a good consistent run in this one, but delayed by a spin in race one earlier on. 22, the car they get past, that's the Nick Hull and Richard Avery car. Used to race Porsche Boxsters a few years ago. Going towards the end of day one here at Silverstone. There goes the 55 Lamborghini. And yes, it was the Porsche. You see some damage on it there. The number 69 car. Be limping into the pit lane. There's that BMW Mon-M, and there is the Porsche. It looks like it may have blown a rear tyre. It's limping back to the pits on the rim. That's the Fothergill and Bennett's car. There's another car involved in the pile up earlier on. That is Stuart Lyne's Ginetta. My goodness, let's just hope both of those drivers are okay. '68 there, that's the Team Brit Aston Martin. Aaron Morgan and Bobby Trunn lead the crew in that car. Aaron Morgan, who was very sadly left wheelchair bound after an accident. Very successfully in BMWs. Into the pit lane comes Chris Murphy, number 72. Possible problem there with his Aston Martin, the all-black machine. There's a battle between a couple of Pragas, the Capadia and Fabi Martin machine. Still trying to get our timing back here, unfortunately. We predicted that it's Jamie Stanley out front in the Lamborghini. The Nissan GTR still running well. There's Will Powell. It certainly bodes well for the rest of the busy Britcar season. Fabulous entry here, even bigger grids in the trophy classes tomorrow. Okay, we can confirm it is the number 55 Lamborghini that has the lead, as predicted. The much-eaten Praga in second place, the number 333 car. And leading the Praga category. The Wheeler-Harrison Nissan is third. Yes, we've managed to revive the timing. Wheeler and Harrison are third in the Nissan. Fourth place is the Wells Capadia Praga. In fifth position, Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin's Praga. And sixth is the Scaramanga Powell McLaren. Frank Pell is seventh in his Lamborghini. Broadbent and Hepworth eighth in their Praga. Ninth are the Bridles, the last car to make a pit stop. And 10th place Ron Goodman in another Praga. Class leaders, Seal and Stanley lead Class 1s. They've overcome their success penalty from race 1. Much and Eaton lead the Pragas. Class 2 there are no runners. Class 3 is led by Grimes and Molam. They're 11th in the Ferrari. And Class 4 led by Hugo Cook and Sasha Checkered in the Audi TCR. The lead gap is 23.1 seconds. There is the 333 car, Abby Eaton and Gordy Much crewing that car. It's our leading Praga. Race 1 winners in third in that category, Fabi and Martin. Just under 11 minutes of the race to go. Coming up on the team Brit Aston Martin. Thankfully, since the first lap incident, I think there's only been one other retirement so far. That being the Vesemile and Morris Praga that pulled into the pits a few laps ago. So we've got 22 cars running. We'll await news on the Fothergill Bennett Porsche as well, because we saw that pull in as well with what looked like a blown tyre. .4 seconds the lead gap. Dominance from Jamie Stanley in the JMH Automotive Lamborghini. There is the 87, the Jimmy Broadbent Gem Hepworth car. Running in 8th place. The Porsche is still running. There's the Fothergill Bennett car. Thankfully not too much damage from that incident earlier on. Still pressing on. Thanks to everybody for watching. Nearly 4,000 of you looking on in our YouTube stream at the moment. 2,800 likes on the stream. Keep subscribing to our British Automobile Racing Club channel for more BARC TV starting tomorrow, of course. There's Frank Pell still going. He's in 7th place. Stanley pulls away by another second or so on that last lap. Just under 8.5 minutes to go. There's Chris Murphy, the black Aston Martin. Saw that car make an extra pit stop earlier on. Reason we do not know. Battling it out with the 44 Seat, the Day and Foster car. Chasing now the number 13 Porsche. Running down in 5th in class at the moment. Here is our leader, Jamie Stanley, taking over from John Seal. It's been as you were from race 1, really. Stanley dominant in the Lamborghini. Leads Class 1 ahead of Wheeler Harrison, Nissan GT3, Danny Harrison on board. Will Powell in the McLaren 3rd in class, ahead of Frank Pelle. Wells and Capaldi having a good scrap, and a big lock up there for the Fothergill Bennett Porsche. Change there for 3rd overall because Capaldi has just got past Harrison. We saw there. Good battle ahead of them as well, that's for position as well. Trundley and Morgan Aston Martin gets past Peter Erteg. They're battling over 14th place and 2nd in Class 4 as well, behind the Cook and Checkered Audi. 6 minutes remain here at Silverstone. There's the Nissan. Down to 4th overall. Chasing the Praga, trying to get him back again. So there's good scraps everywhere you look, as befits Britcar racing. There's the Class 4 leader, the Audi, catching the Matty Evans, Kevin Clark BMW 1M. It's for position, but they are in different classes, 12th and 13th. Evans racing BMWs for several years now. This car you'll see on the overrun shoots quite a bit of flame out of the back, more like a DTM race car with that giant wing. Old Class 1 DTM cars of the 90s. There's Frank Pell. Between the Alberts in their Aston Martin and Johnny Molim in the sole remaining Ferrari. Hull and Avery Cupra. They've had a steady run. There's somebody off, that's the Jack Fabi Charlie Martin car has had a spin. Now they were 4th. They just got ahead of the Wheeler Harrison Nissan. They're behind the bridles now. Bridle car is a lap down on them though, and you'll see Powell there is right behind the Fabi Martin car in the McLaren. The Nissan now goes a lap down to the flying Jamie Stanley. The 87, the Broadbent Hepworth car, they're now in 8th place. 44, Day and Foster. Here's a replay of that spin for the 91 car. We'll see what happened. He was battling with the Nissan, just looped it there. Nice save. Still in 4th place. Will Powell is now up to 5th. He's got ahead of the Capadia Praga. It's going to be a second win of the day for the Lamborghini of JMH Automotive. There's the second place car, the Much and Eaton Praga. 36 seconds down on our race leader, but clear of the other Pragas. They're going to take the class victory in the Praga Championship. It's looking good for the Nissan in 3rd. 4th, not yet resolved because Will Powell is catching that Radical of Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin. That's Praga, I should say. Will Powell has got the BMW ahead of him there, the Evans-Clark machine. Closing up on the Praga of Jack Fabi, Charlie Martin, trying to take 4th place. That's the main battle on track at the moment. Capadia 6th in his Praga. Family Aston behind Porsche of Fothergill and Bennett. The Alberts running at the tail of the field. They started the race a few laps late after a problem. We're coming towards the checkered flag now. It's going to be a second win of the day for JMH Automotive in the 55 Lamborghini Huracan GT3. There's Frank Pell with his Lamborghini running in 7th place. Another lock-up from the Porsche as the Broadbent Hepworth car goes past. Clock has counted down to 0, so it will be checkered flag this time by for the number 55 Lamborghini. And there is the checkered flag. Jamie Stanley takes his second win, shared with John Seal. 2 out of 2 for JMH Automotive. Congratulations them, a double on the first weekend of Britcar Endurance 2021. Looks like the only other car on the lead lap is going to be the Praga Championship winner, number 333, Gordy Much, Abby Eaton. 3 Lions Praga, and Richard Wheeler and Danny Harrison in the Fox Transport Nissan GTR will take 3rd place. Fourth place went to Fabi Martin Praga. 5th was the Scaramanga Powell McLaren. Wells and Capadia in their Praga 6th. 7th went to Frank Pell's Lamborghini. Broadbent and Hepworth taking 8th and 4th in the Pragas. Rod Goodman was 9th in his Praga, and Bon Grimes and Johnny Molan rounding out to the top 10. They win Class 3. Class 4 won by Hugo Cook and Sasha Checkered in their Audi TCR. There it is, number 138. The 22 cars go the distance then in Britcar Endurance Championship race number 2. And the provisional results as follows: John Seal and Jamie Stanley, the winners, completing 47 laps in the hour. Only one car on the lead lap with them, Gordy Much and Abby Eaton, they win the Praga category. Richard Wheeler and Danny Harrison 3rd in the Nissan. Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin 4th, then Scaramanga and Powell taking 5th ahead of Wells and Capadia. Frank Pell 7th in his Lamborghini. Broadbent and Hepworth 8th. Then Ron Goodman was 9th. Bon Grimes and Johnny Molan, a class-winning 10th. The Bridles 11th. Evans and Clark in the BMW from the back of the grid take 12th. And Class 4 won by the Cook Caccard Audi in 13th. Ahead of Trundley and Morgan, the team Brit Aston Martin. Peter Ersig's Porsche was 15th. The Cunninghams dropping to 16th at the end after late dramas. Then Hull and Avery in their Seat. Day and Foster 18th. Hanslip and Frost in their Porsche down in 19th. Chris Murphy completing the top 20. And the other two finishers, Fothergill and Bennett, after problems in their Porsche, and the Alberts late starters in that one in their Aston Martin. The rest of the field failing to make the finish. So best wishes to everyone who was involved in that pile-up on the opening lap. We hope everyone's okay. And that concludes the first of 2 days racing here at Silverstone. We'll have some final interviews in a few moments' time. Must say thank you to all the marshals, recovery crews, medics and other officials here today at Silverstone. Couldn't go racing without them. well done to all the teams, their entertainment. Not just the drivers, their backup crews as well. Let's hand down to Steve Jameson in the pit lane.
Jamie, John, another big, huge congratulations. That was another stunning drive from the pair of you. A perfect day.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to get a double win.
And just some of your emotions, because it feels like today just couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah, we were a lot more lucky with the timing of the safety car on that one. Obviously, John didn't get much of a drive, unfortunately, but I did what I could at the end and just kept my head down and kept pushing and pushing and pushing to make sure we could get ahead of the Pragas. Obviously, I know Gordy and the other one was quite close, so I needed to get away from him, because if he got a sniff at it, he wouldn't back down. He's like a dog with a bone.
And talk to me a little bit about this car behind you, because it seems to be really, really special.
Yes, it does. It's a supercar. It's lovely. Team's prepared it very, very well, and we're just getting the hang of it now after a couple of years. So we hope
it's a
we can do
scary
better.
thought, John.
Exactly. No, it's good. Been a great day. Couldn't have been better.
And just on a personal level, how nice to be back after such a long time.
Yes.
Back with 2 wins, car
Yes, it
feeling
is.
better than ever, sun
Yes.
shining at Silverstone.
Fantastic. Couldn't be better. It was wonderful.
You've ended it perfectly.
Thank you very
Congratulations, gents.
much.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that concludes day 1 here at Silverstone on the international circuit with BARC TV. We hope to see you back tomorrow morning for more action, qualifying and race action, and some more categories joining us as well. Britcar will have their trophy category in action. Classic touring car racing clever back with the Edmondson Electrical Classic and Historic Thunder Saloons, but Power Blue Oval Saloon Series for everything Ford. Laser Tools Pre-93 touring cars and the Simply Serviced Pre-03 touring cars. Plus we've got second races from the Minis, both Melias and 7s. Also the Maximum Networks VW Racing Cup incorporating Goodyear Touring Car Trophy and TCR UK as well. That is all coming up here tomorrow. Thanks to everyone for watching today, to thousands of you who have watched today. Thanks for all your kind comments. We didn't get a chance to read any out, unfortunately. Over 3,000 likes on the YouTube stream. Do subscribe, do save the links for tomorrow, and we hope you can join us then. Thanks to everybody here at Silverstone for a great day's racing. But from me, Dave Goddard, on behalf of everyone here at the home of British Motorsport, thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Guys, a huge congratulations. What a drive, top of the Pragas at the end of a super first day back at Silverstone. How do you feel?
Yeah, like highs and lows of motorsport. Race 1 had an unlucky incident with turn 3 in the first lap, but we bounced back. You know, Abby put in an awesome first stint to get through all that traffic at the start, you know, so to win the race on the back of the grid, it's just awesome.
It was a stunning drive, guys. You had the hard job at the start, getting it away. Talk us through that start, because it was such a weird start to the race, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, I only got one lap at the start of the race, so the main thing I was trying to do is to cut through the pack as safely as possibly. You know, managed to get quite a few positions off the line, and then obviously the chaos happened behind us. So from then on, I just needed to weave and keep as much temperature in those tyres as possible. So when this dude got in the car, he was able to bring it home in P1. So yeah, you know, we're a strong pairing together. Bit of bad luck in race 1, so you know, hopefully that's the end of our bad luck, and we'll continue with P1 for the rest of the season.
And talk us through your emotions when you're watching him pull it home. Are you more nervous watching rather than driving?
No, I've got all faith in Gordy. You know, he's super rapid. There are perhaps moments where I'm like, hope he plays it safe, but he's certainly learning very, very quickly. So I have all confidence in him.
And for you, mate, what a feeling to bring it home.
Yeah, I mean, testing, you know, was positive, so the aim always was to come out in the top 7 of the podium. So I think, you know, we were both a little bit disappointed after race 1, but you know, we picked ourselves back up and told ourselves, well, we've got another race to go and get the win. It was a tough job, but yeah, thanks to the guys at VR Motorsport, they done an awesome job. Thanks to Abby, you know, our experience paid off in that race at the start. So yeah, couldn't be happier.
Well, guys, congratulations. It is time for one more thing. That trophy down there, it is one for each of you. Enjoy the win.